Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of the Nick Gambaro Show. I'm Nick Gambaro, and today we're going to be joined by some very special guests. Today we're going to get into stadium and team relocation, as well as team expansion, and much, much more. So don't go anywhere. The Nick Gambaro Show will be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Because of camp, I learned to make lasting friendships with people I still keep in touch with today.
Because of camp, I play guitar.
Because of camp, I turned out just fine.
We're back here on the Nick Gambaro Show. Right now we're going to get into expansion teams, maybe or more so where teams should move from different cities, stadium relocations, and guys, we could go on and on about this.
Yep.
We talk about it, a lot.
All the time.
Let's start first with, I think, we'll start with football. This season the Rams just left St. Louis.
St. Louis, yep.
That's one relocation spot I think we all can think of as football fans.
Mm-hmm.
So, what team do you feel? I think we all agree, right? The Jaguars, I think, would be the number one team that could move there. But do you see anyone else if the Jaguars weren't
Chargers
to St. Louis?
I could see the Raiders and the Chargers both being candidates to move. Specifically because the Chargers have told people for the last several years, we plan on moving. Mm-hmm. We don't want to stay in San Diego much longer.
Right.
So the owner, Dean Spanos, has said to several people, if we can get the right location to move, we'd be open to that. The question I would have is, where? Where is that specific area that you plan on looking at in terms of logistically and all that?
Right.
And the question is, if you do move to Los Angeles, can you get an agreement worked out with the Rams to both play your games in the same building?
I don't think that that's going to be necessary, even though that would be a cool look because, Jets and Giants. But, and obviously the West Coast market in LA is a very similar prime market. I mean, that would be cool, but I don't know if it's really the right thing to do. The same way that I feel about, the Giants and the Jets. I feel like they should both be playing
Have separate
in
buildings,
New York
I
City.
agree.
They should both be playing in New York City.
I'm
kind of just,
I agree with
I'm
that.
getting really tired of that.
Because they said if there was to be another team in LA, they would share the stadium with the Rams, which I never liked that.
Don't the Lakers and the Clippers do that anyway for their home games?
Yeah, but nobody cares about the Clippers.
No, I'm just
But how was
throwing it out
Clippers
there.
feel, though,
You're
because
right.
they
No,
were the
I'm
second
kidding,
team
I'm
in
kidding.
that series.
I'm kidding.
I say that because the Lakers,
But I mean,
with their history,
That's
there's
what
no
I'm
way
saying.
they should be sharing with anybody.
I'm going to say this, though.
That's what,
And ultimately, I think this is what needs to happen. You need to explore two markets, San Jose and San Antonio. And I've mentioned this ad nauseum to you guys before. We've mentioned it. 3 Texas teams isn't bad for the league.
No, it's not.
Because the league can actually make more money with 3 Texas teams. You got the Cowboys, you got the Texans, and you would have the Raiders, which is
and in probably
something
the 3
that-
biggest cities.
Where would they play? I'm sorry,
San Antonio.
San Antonio. Okay, I like that.
and they would build them a brand new building.
What about San Jose?
San Jose, that's an interesting question
San Jose
because
is good as well.
it depends where you put them in San
Because
Jose.
isn't San Jose nearest to Oakland?
Yeah, it's near
Yes.
Oakland.
I re- I-
I wouldn't move them too far from Oakland, to be honest. I wouldn't move them too far.
But that's why San Jose makes sense, though.
Yeah,
San Jose does make sense.
that's what I'm saying for Oakland, particularly.
And the difference is the Raiders are going to be good for the next couple of years. They got a nice young quarterback, Derek Carr. You got Amari Cooper at the wide receiver spot. So you definitely can sell tickets in the market, such as San Jose, which is close to Oakland. By the way, different sport, but same situation. The Golden State Warriors are moving to San Jose at the start of the 2019 season.
That's
So
interesting.
Wait, so are they changing the name?
no, they're still going to be the Golden State Warriors, but
That's
they're just
good.
moving across the bridge.
It's good.
So
It's interesting.
they're building a brand new arena. It's actually in the process of starting to be built, and the arena is going to be in a prime area in San Jose by a lot of shopping malls because they want to revitalize the area.
I'm sure it'll be near where the Sharks play in down, because that's right
Maybe
downtown.
that's where. Maybe this is something
San
that.
Jose.
That's why the
football
Oakland
team,
A's
yeah.
need to also investigate this, because if you could somehow get in that San Jose market, I know Oakland, they love their A's in Oakland. I get that.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, like you do mention the Oakland Raiders having that same fan base too,
But-
I mean, San Jose isn't too far.
Yeah, it's just
Down the,
downstate a little
yeah.
bit, like
Yeah.
45 minutes from Oakland.
You know what? One thing that
Which is a drive.
One
That's
thing,
not bad.
one thing that I've thought of, because I have no problem when we talk about these,
Yeah.
changing cities and whatnot. How do the fans actually feel about this? Like Oakland Raiders fans and other teams as well, Warrior fans even, because the Warriors are.
See, but here's the thing. The Warriors have told their fans, we plan on moving at this time. They gave their fans enough of a warning to know
Also,
this is what's coming.
Also, where do they currently play?
They
In
play in
Oakland.
Oakland, right across from the O.Co
In
Coliseum.
Oakland, like
Oh,
right
great.
across the street from the
Great.
Raiders Stadium, right across.
So,
Re-
so like,
really,
are they
there's
keeping
3
the
teams
name?
in Oakland and 2 teams in
Oracle
San
Arena?
Francisco.
No,
Okay.
because Oracle is owned by Oracle is a company, and that's
Yeah.
properly owned.
And it's crazy
So
how
the
San,
location and the name itself is
Is
gonna-
going to
okay,
change,
okay,
yes.
all right.
how San Francisco is the bigger
Yeah.
city and they have the less teams. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure in San Francisco there's
Well, the
Warriors
Niners
fans
are
and
playing
A's
it-
fans and
Well, the Niners are playing in Santa Clara. I don't know if
That's
that's
true.
actually San Francisco.
Yeah, the
no,
War,
it's,
the
it's
Niners
like
are
at
in
that 45 minutes
Yup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
from San
See,
Fran.
but
It's a-
here's the thing before we wrap.
yeah,
But this guy right here, and I don't mean to toot his horn, but this is his show. He loves all this. He loves the geographics of it. He loves all this, and it's an interesting
Geographical guy.
conversation when you start to talk about sports and how other things could be
Geographical
affected. But Big Dog, before we go to break, what is another market? All right, and you can answer this when we come back.
yeah.
What is one market that specifically, in your mind, needs a team?
In any sport?
In any sport. So we'll come back, we'll answer that,
Absolutely.
and we'll see what you think.
And we'll be right back on the Nick Gambaro Show.
Because of camp, I learned to make lasting friendships with people I still keep in touch with today.
Because of camp, I play guitar.
Because of camp, I turned out just fine.
Welcome back to the Nick Gambaro Show, as we're going to continue the expansion talk, and I will answer my friend here as a very interesting question. One city in particular that I feel deserves a team in any sport. It's tough to narrow it down to one, but I'll say this: Seattle. Hockey and basketball need to be in that city. You already have an NFL team, an MLB team, and even an MLS team in soccer, that a sport that's not that popular here amongst, average Americans, but a lot of people do enjoy the sport of soccer, especially in the Pacific Northwest.
Mhm.
And if you add an NHL team and an NBA team, I think that'll be better for the city, better for the leagues as well.
Mhm.
They could
Yeah.
share an arena.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's a shame this guy, they always say it, they're big basketball fans. It's a shame that the Supersonics had to leave that city. It's well supported.
Why did they leave?
Good question.
Because
I don't mean to
imagine,
cut you off, man.
No.
But
but one thing too, and I think you said it, imagine if that team was still there and you had Westbrook and Durant.
Yeah.
because let me tell you something. I think if they're in Seattle, I think Kevin Durant resigns with them.
Yep, I agree with
Because I
that.
think the market's big enough to support 2 stars. Where Oklahoma City, you're really pinching pennies, proverbially.
Wait, they moved from Seattle to Oklahoma City?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a
And
horrible move. I'm sorry.
ultimately,
It is.
it cost them. Honestly, I think you could have kept James Harden.
Jeff Green.
I think you could, and the nucleus of that team would have stood the same. Because people forget how electric the Supersonics were back in the day, with Gary Payton,
Yeah.
Sean Kemp, Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis,
That's right.
Desmond Mason. You're talking about a fan base that was starving for winners. And you see when the Mariners are good, Safeco's an insane asylum. They go crazy over there.
And when the Seahawks are good, it's
You see
I've heard stories.
what goes on there. So look, ultimately, I think the NBA needs to do the right thing and get a team back there. But I think it'd start with this. How about you put an all-star game in the city of Seattle, gauge the interest, see where the fans are, who shows up for Fan Fest. Is the arena sold out?
Are we talking about for football?
For basketball.
For basketball.
Is the
Although
arena
I
sold
would
out?
love to see a Super Bowl in Seattle.
I would too.
I mean, the
I wouldn't
weather
mind
would be
what was the last?
nasty though, most likely in February.
Oh, this
but-
is
football.
That's football.
Yeah.
That's
Well, that's
football.
another thing.
Now,
I know this
question.
is kind of. Hold on, let me before you get onto that. My question, also, why do football games no longer get played in the snow? I don't understand this. To like stop the game or pause it for the snowstorm. I'm just like, wait, what?
Even the Super Bowl a couple of years ago when it was here, I wanted it to snow at least a
love-
little bit.
yeah,
because
that
that's
snow is
football.
beautiful. Exactly. That's
Listen,
the only sport where you
Emilio,
get to do that.
you know how it is. You remember those
Listen,
games
stop
back
it.
in the days when it
I
was snow?
remember it was Thanksgiving, it was 93, and it was Giants and Cowboys. This is the Leon Lett game, and it
Oh,
was
man.
in the snow
Yeah.
In Dallas.
in Dallas.
Yeah.
But I would say about an All-Star game in Seattle, yes. But about the Seahawks, don't they have a retractable roof or they don't?
They
Seahawks? No, that roof
Don't.
isn't
They don't.
retractable.
Okay.
But here's my thing, and the reason why I say put an all-star game in Seattle, basketball-wise, showcase the talent in the league. See if the fans will embrace it.
Right.
Because this could be like what the city of Montreal could be for baseball, in the sense that you could start to bring a fan base back.
Right.
Because the Key Arena, you want to talk about a loud arena?
That was a loud
Key
arena.
Arena, and you talk about it all the time. Intimate settings where the place is loud.
Yes.
That was
Yeah,
it.
'cause
They were on top of you.
When
kid.
I was in Seattle a few years ago, like I walked outside of it, it is that very small, old-looking
Oh man,
building, but those are the ones you want to play in. 'cause
Yeah.
those are home field.
sound
Oh my-
jumps out of there, man.
I have a question. The arena still exists.
It
Yeah,
does.
If they were going to have an all-star game, is that where they would play it?
That's
Yeah.
probably
Oh
what
boy,
they play.
that'd be good.
It's
That'd
an
be,
old
that'd be
arena,
good.
but-
It's an old
Hey.
arena.
Yo, but you know,
If they could do a little restoration, maybe, you know,
Dude.
not do too much, not do too
add
little,
another
get-
concourse in there, but one
maybe,
thing
you know,
you can't replace the sound in there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, you have to.
That sound in there is legendary.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, financially,
Man.
I don't know if it was feasible for them at the time because they were looking for a new building.
Right.
And ultimately, yes, it's an old arena, but how many times have I said this? Have Emilio said this? Have Nick said this? Old Yankee Stadium, the Coliseum, all these, even Shea.
Yep.
These new arenas, these new places don't rock like those used to.
No, they don't.
No.
So you want to talk
It's
about
the whole thing about sound in general, even coming through the TV. How the
Yeah.
way that sound goes through these stadiums now compared to back then
Yeah.
is just totally different.
And I just thought of this: if you had a hockey team, right?
I'm sorry, and Oakland, the sound in that place, I don't know, it doesn't seem like, even in our athletic games, as I was just talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
This whole thing about, Oakland, their fan base, the Raiders fan base is bigger.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like that
No,
when
they
you see
get
Oakland
crazy
in a
though.
playoff
They
game.
get
Because
crazy.
those
I don't
guys
know.
have lost it.
I don't even know if I go to like a Jet Raider game there.
I'm telling you.
They will.
when the A's when the A's were in the playoffs last year, a couple years ago, Sonny Gray got the ball in game one, and the place to start, the pitch wasn't even thrown,
Yeah.
and they were waving towels, going nuts.
Yeah.
The place was like jumping.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
The sound rings
I
down
wanna
so
be there.
perfectly. Yeah.
it doesn't matter. And you want to talk about fans that are loyal and crazy and love their sports and don't care about anything. That's what you want.
Yeah.
And I feel like the new arenas have taken some of the intimacy and the
Yeah.
charm away from the fan base who want, or the fan like all of us who like going in buildings and the
Absolutely.
place is jumping.
And we have a few seconds left. I just wanted to bring this up. Imagine if you had the Winter Classic at CenturyLink
Oh
Field.
my lord, bro.
Seattle versus the Vancouver Canucks.
Or how about Portland? You put a hockey team in Portland.
hockey team in Portland.
Hockey team in Portland makes sense.
That place
Yeah, it
would
does
sell
make
at
sense. Yeah, it
like
does.
Because the Rose
70,000.
Garden, they love the Blazers.
Yeah,
Imagine you put a hockey team in the Rose Garden
yeah, forget
and tell
it.
them go crazy.
Yeah,
And
forget
I was
it.
telling you, even then, like
Yeah.
Seattle,
My
their
Lord.
soccer team is well supported. They had a
What?
huge parade for them in the street. I mean, unbelievable. But we're going to make this an expansion show. We're going to continue this in our last segment. So don't go anywhere. The Nick Gambaro Show will be right back after this.
Many arguments against the death penalty. It's not a deterrent against the crimes that it punishes. Society who use the death penalty don't have lower crime rates than those that do. When a country abolishes the death penalty, they are not plunged into criminal chaos. But even if the death penalty did reduce crime rates, would it then be acceptable?
Because of camp, I learned to make lasting friendships with people I still keep in touch with today.
Because of camp, I play guitar.
Because of camp, I turned out just fine. We're back here on the Nick Gambaro Show. Nick Gambaro, Emilio Ortega, Stefan Martinez, Ivan Morabel, and Rick DeRiza.
Some guy with a WCAP t-shirt.
Four Corners and the Visitor.
The visitor.
Four Corners and the Visitor.
Oh.
We love you, Rick.
Hey.
Um,
I know.
I got one
Yeah,
interesting
guys,
topic
yes.
for you, for all of us here sitting at this table. Would you, and this is your show, so I'll appeal to you. Hockey-wise,
Yeah.
the city of Seattle would love a hockey team. The city of Portland would love a hockey team. But there's something about the city of Cleveland that just screams hockey. Cold weather.
I agree.
You got the Blue Jackets right there in Columbus.
Right.
Automatic pop-off rivalry. Move the Panthers to Cleveland, and there you go, bang.
Yeah, because I think Ohio deserves another team, and Cincinnati, I mean, they support their Bengals and their Reds, but you
Not
look
when the
at
Reds
Cleveland,
aren't good.
You look at Cleveland,
It's
and
a
you're
big
right.
market, yeah.
I've got a question. I don't want to make this specifically about him, but it relates to Cleveland. LeBron James. If LeBron James wasn't playing for the Cavaliers, let's say he didn't get drafted by the Cavs back then, do you think they would love, sports in Cleveland in general?
Yes.
Yeah.
You think?
And I'm going to tell you why. Because before LeBron came, when they had Mark Price, they had Brad Daugherty. See, this is going back in Emilio's
Larry Nance.
time capsule. This is all
Greg
right.
Elo.
But I'm saying to you, they love those teams. It's just that Michael was standing in the way.
And the Browns were
So
really
when LeBron
good.
came, it was like,
And the Indians.
oh, the city is revitalized. And you remember how the Indians won in the 90s with Jim Tomey, Manny Ramirez, Albert Bell.
And the Browns were good in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Before Art Modell decided to be the next Benedict Arnold and
Move the team to
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Oh my Lord. But LeBron, and I think this relates to the city, LeBron has given Cleveland an image and a name that you can be proud to be from that area.
And it makes sense in this perspective because you already have, I don't know how the arena's configured, but I'm sure they have,
Who, Quicken Loans?
yeah, I'm sure you could probably
Yeah,
put
they
hockey.
could make it for hockey because they took out some seats for for the Republican National Convention, and I saw
Okay.
the sketch of it when they were watching Game 7 outside. You could support hockey.
Yeah, you really could.
So a team can move it. You already have an arena. Boom.
The Quicken Lounge is beautiful.
Yes.
Quicken
You have 2 stadiums in that city if you wanted to host an outdoor game.
Man,
First
wow.
Energy Stadium, right on the river there where the
And
Browns
Progressive
play,
Field.
and Progressive Field, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you want to go down the state to Columbus and play the Blue Jackets at Ohio Stadium.
Is it like?
That's more appealing to me because
I wonder if the reason why a hockey team is moving to Cleveland is because is it like just to into Columbus? Like is
Cleveland
hockey
is own-
game? Yeah, no, it is its own market per se.
Columbus
but for
is
hockey
more-
as a sport to have 2 teams in a market that isn't as that isn't
I
as
got you. I got
like
you.
New York
that
or
isn't
LA.
a New York
Thank you.
Okay.
That isn't a
that's
New York
true.
or LA.
I mean,
is it really, is that going to be something like, I can understand if this was Illinois,
Mhm.
and we had,
I feel like
maybe, Chicago or something else. I don't know.
yeah, I feel
Even so.
in Illinois they could only be the Blackhawks. I think if
Yeah,
they
Black-
won,
Yeah,
maybe
no, you
they-
would never, you would
yeah.
never do that.
I don't know if you
but,
put another team in Chicago.
no, not in Chicago, in a different city in the state. You could
I
probably
got
get
you.
away with it, maybe.
What I would say
I
about
feel
the
Ohio, you could.
What
do
I
it.
would say about the Cleveland thing, and the reason why I like it, is because Cleveland, they're very prideful about their teams.
And this
Right.
city
And they're loyal. They'll come out. They'll sell out. If the team is good,
Absolutely. I believe
they're a
that.
hard-nosed sports team. Look at the Indians. The Indians, all of a
Oh,
sudden, young kids come.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Napoli hitting absolute tanks
Yeah,
every day.
done in that ballpark.
And
oh my gosh.
he and the city
Big
loves
man,
it.
Yeah.
And it starts with young players. The thing about these franchises too is if you do this, you gotta bring a face of the franchise that's young,
Yeah.
that the city can grab onto and go, this is our guy. Like the Cavaliers did it the right way. LeBron from Akron, Northeast Ohio, our guy.
Right.
Left, I understand, hurt, but he came back. Won a chip, that's their guy.
That's right.
It's important that you develop a rapport with your fans, a relationship, so that they feel connected to the team, and that's why I feel Yankee fans and Met fans are going through right now. Yankee fans, we're starting to
y'all
feel
have a face.
connected to the
It's a little
team,
bit, yeah.
but
It's gonna take you another year.
there's no face that says, "Oh, this is our young star," but
I think they're gonna work
it
on
could be Aaron Judge. It could be Clint Frazier.
Yeah.
It could be, hopefully down the line, you could see maybe a Greg Bird come back. Maybe he could turn out to be that guy. But for the Mets, I think it's a little bit more complicated. I'll appeal to you. Met fans, I don't feel like you feel connected to anybody right now. You like Cespedes, you like your guys, but
think
there's
Syndergaard,
I mean,
I
when
think
Harvey
Syndergaard-
did come, I mean, I think
the pitchers
Met
maybe.
fans went insane for
I
Harvey.
feel
But I'm
like,
talking about
yeah,
I'm talking about a
not
position
now.
everyday player. Like ever
Honestly,
since David
no,
Wright got hurt,
Yeah, to
David
me
Wright
it's still
didn't like-
David Wright,
yeah.
even though he's hurt.
Yeah.
To me, he's the
It was
face
still
of the
connected.
franchise
Yeah, it was
until
still
he
kind of
retires.
connected. It was still connected to David Wright.
There's something about David Wright.
but I don't know if
Yeah,
he's
the Met fans, they feel the
Yeah.
connection.
No, it's
He's
just,
a captain.
I don't know. That's my.
yeah, but that's
he's
the
the
way.
man.
No, but
Like, that's the way
most
it's
Met
been.
fans agree. But as a Yankee fan, I don't feel connected to anyone.
A-Rod was the last major superstar.
But I was never connected to him though.
I don't know
Nobody
anyone
really
was.
But honestly, like even I was thinking about that too. Wrap up in a few seconds, but even like with football, and think like the Giants, you guys could kind of like
Eli's our guy.
Eli, yep.
Yeah.
Still, I mean,
Eli,
Beckham is
absolutely.
newer though. so
Odell, but Odell's gonna start to take
Yeah,
that mantle
yeah.
of that's
Yeah.
our guy.
but right, you still go with the older
Oh,
guy.
Eli's my
course,
guy.
Eli's
Like
every
even
year.
with the
Eli,
Jets, with
definitely.
me, like you could say Revis, but I mean, it sounded
I
like he
don't feel like
spent
the
his
Jets
whole
have-
career.
I don't
I
think
can't
so.
really
don't-
connect with
yeah,
anyone
the Jets don't have
on the
that
Jet.
player.
I mean, I love.
I used to be a Jet fan when it was Testaverde, and I
See?
even tried with
Those were
Pennington.
my guys.
Listen, I even
Wayne
tried
Corbett.
with Pennington, and I was just like, once they got rid of Pennington, I was like, nah, I'm
Yo,
not
Wayne
dealing with this team. I like
Corbett,
Eli.
still my all-time favorite player.
I saw that
Love
on
Wayne
your
Corbett.
Facebook about questions you answered, and I go, yeah, if there's any Jet that any Jet fan would, because Jet fans won't relate to Keyshawn Johnson,
No.
Oh, look at that throwback. Oh.
they'll relate to Wayne Corbett.
Yeah, they
You
will.
guys
Yeah, they
would
will.
relate
Okay.
to
Curtis
okay.
Martin, Vinny Testaverde.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Those were like that's.
That's it.
Basketball, you connect. to Carmelo?
No.
I connect.
Straight up,
I connect to only
Patrick,
one.
yo.
Thank you. I connect to Patrick because he played with pride, and fans didn't appreciate him. But I know that he was doing his.
You know, two guys that I love that most Knicks fans probably won't remember, and if you remember these guys, you're a real Knicks fan. I was always connected to Marcus Camby.
I remember
in a
him.
weird way.
I remember this a little bit.
Okay.
Marcus
Camby.
I'm not even a basketball
And
guy, but
I even was connected to Allen Houston.
Oh yeah. Houston definitely. I think yeah.
No, but for me, it will always be
Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing, John Starks, and may he rest in peace, Anthony Mason.
I also love Charles Oakley back in the day.
Yes.
Charles Oakley used to yoke dudes up in the lane.
And I feel like it matters on if you draft somebody or a homegrown guy like Corbett. He was from New Jersey.
He went to Hofstra.
Yeah, he went to Hofstra, so local guy.
Yeah, I think a draft. I'm more so. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, Wright is a draft guy. I don't really because.
But that's why I think Yankee fans are clamoring for
another Jeter.
I'm hoping. Yeah, I know. That's tough.
You
That's
can't
tough.
replace
You can't replace Jeter, but somebody that's
Man
going to
was
have
there
that
for
same.
nearly 20 years, so.
Right.
First of all, we're never going to see that in
No, we're not.
Yeah.
I was going to say for the Mets, long term, if they keep him, and this is like, just because, we're talking about a hometown guy, he's somewhat hometown enough. I'm referring to Max. Even though he's not an everyday guy.
From Stony Brook.
Yeah.
Grew up a Met fan.
Yeah. I feel like that guy is
that
somebody
could be
that you
somebody
could
that
be in
makes-
the future, maybe,
that
if they
makes
keep
sense.
him.
But that's going to wrap it up for
Yep.
this edition of the Nick Gambaro Show. Me, Nick Gambaro, want to thank Emilio Ortega, Stefan Martinez, Ivan Morbell, and Rick the Razor for being with me. And we'll catch you guys soon.